Good morning, Bergang. I hope all you guys are doing well. Uh, I'm quite happy today. Today we're gonna be doing WordRocket AI product walkthrough, where we're gonna talk about how you can write content like a pro. So I have the founder here, Avi, with me. Avi, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well, Sam. How are you?
Good, good. So I am super exciting. This is our second live event, and I know we have a lot of to catch up. But today we're gonna focus on how easily you can write a content that actually ranks. It's not that complicated. With WordRocket, it will make sure that your content actually makes sense and ranks. So Avi, let's get started.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm just going to go ahead and start sharing my screen here. And as Sam mentioned, we're going to talk about like how simple it is to use WordRocket, right? That was one of our main goals when building WordRocket was to create a tool that's easy to use. You don't have to have a huge background in SEO and content writing, but to be able to simply input a prompt or a topic and get a fully optimized article that you can then post on your website and then have confidence that that article will actually rank on Google and do well. So let me just 1 second here. Let me just go ahead and head over to keyword research. That's the first thing which we're going to be doing. So for keyword research, we're first going to start by finding a suitable keyword in which we can write about. So I'm going to find a keyword around data centers. So this is going to be good because this is kind of newer of a keyword, a new trending keyword, and something that is more relevant in 2026, right? And that's what we want to make sure we're not, also good for older keywords, but we're also being able to find newer keywords and write on these newer keywords. So let's say, for example, I like this keyword. Let's just go with something very simple. What is a data center, right? What I can do is on WordRocket, I can then go ahead and click AI enrich on the keyword that I find. And what it's going to do is it's going to find questions that people may be asking related to these keywords. So, for example, how do data centers work? What are the key components and infrastructures, so on and so forth. And we also get a blog post title here. So once we have the article, we can then simply click generate article. It's going to take me over to our standard generation here. And on this template here, as you can see, the title's already been pulled. The additional context, which is the questions, have already also been pulled, right? And then we have the keyword and the search term that's already been pulled. So you're kind of already set up to go here, right? All of the keyword research is done, and the additional context, which is the AI search questions, which helps with GEO optimization, is already done, and it's already pre-filled. So you always want to toggle on live web research when you're writing on content that's a little bit newer and up to date. I personally like to use Claude Sonnet 4.6. I think it's the best balanced model for writing content. When writing, I like to turn on GEO optimization. Now, this allows you to write content that not only ranks on Google, but also ranks on AI search like ChatGPT and Perplexity AI. You can also toggle some other settings here: first person, hook, internal linking, readability. You can change that. So for internal linking, you just have to set up your internal linking in the settings. But once you have it set up, you just enter in your sitemap and you can choose any of your websites that you have. So we're going to pull all of the new up-to-date websites, and then we're going to naturally include those internal linking throughout the article. So that's fully automated. Then when it comes to images, again, very simple. You can choose whether or not you want to generate images throughout your article. You can go up to 5 images in your article. So for this example, let's go 5 images. And then if you wanted to update your settings, you can also update your settings with additional image settings. So for example, you can choose how many texts you want. You can choose the sizing of your images, and you can also customize the style preset. So what type of style do you want your images to be? Very advanced settings in which you can do. But if you don't want to do any heavy lifting, simply leave it as it is. WordRocket out of the box is already generated, already started pre-prompted to take care of all the heavy lifting for you. So everything's already pre-prompted. Everything is already good to go. You simply just have to enter in the topics that you're writing about and click generate, and we'll take care of the rest. Right? So once your content is generating, you're going to be able to see it in the My Articles section. So My Content and then Articles, and you'll be able to see the articles that are being generated. So I'll just show you guys what an article looks like as this article is still generating. So here is a topic that we did, how to start and grow a YouTube channel in 2026 with examples. So once the article is completed, we see we have a beautiful cover image, and these are all custom, unique images that you get for your specific article. It's not stock images. So as you can see, it's a beautiful, well-designed image. And the key thing to note here is that apart from other AI tool or AI writers, you don't have any distortion in the text, right? So we made sure that we're using a high quality model, so there's no distortion in your text. It doesn't look unprofessional. It looks very, very professional if someone were to actually read and go through your content. As you can see here, we have the introduction. We've optimized the content to include the keyword or the target keyword within the first couple of sentences. This is just good SEO practices that we include. We also have a key takeaways in every single one of the articles, because in today's day and age, you need to have the bulk of the content or the answer that your blog post is answering at the top of the article. So we always have key takeaways, and then we have another image here that's embedded that kind of just describes again the content. Then we have tables, we have lists, we have pull quotes, and we have internal links as well. So again, as I mentioned earlier, it's very, very easy to use WordRocket because we take care of all the heavy lifting for you, right? You don't have to worry about formatting. You don't have to worry about internal linking. You don't have to worry about generating images, and you don't have to worry about SEO optimization. Everything is essentially hands off. So if we scroll down here, we get another image. As you can see, this is a really, really nice image, kind of a flywheel here. We see YouTube thumbnails. We see a YouTube editor, right? Very, very in-depth, not a generic AI image. And again, we see the internal links here throughout the article. So each article is going to follow this similar format. And then you also have references. And these are real references that we go out and we research on. And then based upon the new updated information, we then use that information into your article. If you know a little bit about SEO, you know that ranking content on Google, a big factor is having fresh and up-to-date information. So Google loves fresh, up-to-date information. And that's why we take the approach to do research first to see what's new, what's trending in the space, and then take that information and combine it with a model like Claude Sonnet 4.6 and write the content. Once the content is completed, you can see your images at the bottom of the article. You also see your title, your meta description, and your tags. Now, if you want to post this, you can post this directly to your WordPress site. Just hit publish to WordPress. You can post it as a blog or post it as a page. And then you can also post it directly, or you can save it as a draft. You also have categories, as you can see here. We'll actually pull the categories from your WordPress site. So let's go ahead and choose one of our test sites here, and we'll post it, and we can go take a look at it after to see if it actually went ahead and posted properly. So we're going to post it as a draft and click publish and give it a couple of minutes, and it'll publish directly over to your WordPress site. So I'm just going to exit this, but once we go over and check it, it should go ahead and post over to WordPress. So that is kind of how we do the single mode, or the easiest generation mode in WordRocket. First, we do a keyword research, and then we take our keyword and we can pull it directly into our template and then generate the content. Now, it's been a couple of minutes, and as you can see, our content is already finished. So the first article that we wrote, which is what are data centers, as you can see here, we have the full article within a couple of minutes there. So we have a beautiful cover image as well, right? We see that this is the last updated April 17th, 2026, which is today. And we do this because, again, as I mentioned before, Google loves fresh and up-to-date content. Now, we chose to have geo optimization in this article. So when we choose geo optimization, we're going to get the quick answer right at the top of the article, right? So it answers the question directly. So it answers what is a data center right away. Then we get our key takeaways, And again, as we can see here, these are in-text citations based upon real-life references that we found. Then we get a second image here. And again, look at this image, guys. This is a beautiful image, right? There's no distortion in the text. There's nothing that's distorted that looks unprofessional in this image. We get our tables. If we scroll down here, we get our pull quotes. We get, again, our internal linking as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Make sure that this is not a broken link here. So we see that this is actually from our test website. Here's our third image that was just generating as well. Really, really good image. Our fourth image, as we can see here, this is an image of a data center. And again, if you take a look at it, there's no distortion in the text. I'm repeating that because most AI writers, when you generate images, the images do not look good, or there's distortion, or it's just kind of very generic stock image. But as you can see, this image flows and integrates well into your actual article. So again, we get the full article here, FAQs towards the end, a conclusion, and you get your references. As I mentioned, these are all real live references that we were able to pull our information from. And then we get our meta title and our meta description. So it took us maybe a couple of minutes for us to generate our first article using WordRocket. Now, what I can do is, that's how we can generate one article at a time and post it over to our website. If you want to really automate and take your content creation to the next level where you don't have to be hands-on, you can be completely hands-off, and you can generate a lot of articles at once that are also SEO optimized, we're not diminishing the quality of our articles, then we can use our bulk generation mode. So I'm just going to do a test. And the first thing that you do is you set up your global settings. So this is going to be what all of the articles are going to follow in terms of settings. We're going to try to aim for 3,000 words. We're going to use Claude Sonnet 4.6. This is our intended audience, our custom. We're going to leave our intended audience and custom instructions as is. I am going to turn on GEO optimization because, again, we need to rank for 2026 and beyond. You also can toggle on your brand voice and knowledge center. If you would like to do so, you can set this up and then toggle that on or off. And you can also toggle on or off your internal links. So for example, I can choose any one of my clients that I have, and I can toggle on or off any internal linking that I like to do. Now for images, I can choose how many images I want each article to have. So that if I do 10 images and I choose 3 articles, it'd be 30 images throughout the articles. And then I can also auto-publish this. So I can auto-publish this directly over to my WordPress or my Ghost site. So again, we're going to do an auto-publish. We're going to post it as a draft over to our website. Give it a second here. We can also choose our categories in which we would like. So then I'm going to continue over to topics, and I'm going to copy over the topics in which I found in my keyword research. So there's 2 main ways in which we can go about doing this. We can either use the keywords that we found directly. So for example, if I load this up, I could actually, if I select 4 keywords here, I can go ahead and click generate 4 articles and generate it directly, or I can simply just go ahead. I'm going to just copy this over a little manually, or you know what, let's do this. We're going to export this as a CSV. And then we're going to go over, we're going to copy over these topics. This is more of the manual approach, but again, as you saw here, you can simply select it and click generate 8 articles. We're going to paste it in here. So we have 8 articles. That's good to go. We're going to parse it, and then we're going to click continue to review. So we can now go ahead and generate these 8 articles, or what we can do is, and again, you can go up to 50 articles depending on the plan that you're on. Now, what we can go ahead and do is we can actually go ahead and edit any one of these articles. If we want to actually have a specific custom instructions for one article or specific number of images for one article, we can go ahead and do that in this section here. But if I'm happy and I'm good to go, then all I need to do is click generate 8 articles, right? And those articles are going to be sent off into the My Content. It's going to generate all of your content for you. So it'll take you probably a couple of minutes because remember, we're generating 8 articles. We're doing 8 custom research, then we're generating, if we're doing 8 articles, we're generating a bunch of images as well, and internal linking. So that will take you a couple of minutes to set up. Now, a second way in which you can automate your content is by creating automations. Now, automations allow you to set up a schedule in which you'll post your content directly over to your WordPress or your Ghost CMS. So to set up automations, click New Automation. We're going to give this one a test and a name. So a niche, the niche is what you're going to describe. So let's say, for example, we're writing again, we're sticking to the niche of data centers, right? So we're going to add that as our niche. We can add subtopics if we like, or we can exclude topics. Now, when it comes to how we find these topics, is 3 different ways. One is you can allow the AI to do research and then find topics that are relevant and trendy and use that to write the content. The second is you can then feed all of your topics into WordRocket. Let's say if you've already done your keyword research. Or the third way is you can use a combination. You can first insert your topics, and then you can have WordRocket, once it's written on your topics, then it can go ahead and find new topics. So what I'm going to do here, let's go ahead and we're going to, I'm going to select 4 more topics that are new and unique. So we're not duplicating anything here. So data center jobs, data center near me. Okay. I think these are good here. So I'm going to export these. And we're going to go back over to WordRocket here. So I'm going to use first our same topics, our topics first. And then after our topics, the AI will go out and it'll then do research on similar topics within this niche. So we're going to go to next. And this is where we set up our schedule, right? So I can set this up again to be weekly, daily, every 2 weeks, or monthly. So if I wanted to, I can do something daily, choose my time zone. And right now it is 10:30. So I can set something up for 11 a.m. every single day. One article is going to be generated and posted onto my site. Again, I can choose my model. I can choose my brand voice. I can choose my tonality. We can go for word count here. And we can choose whichever research model we would like to use. And again, we can also turn on or off geo optimization and our internal linking. Then we can choose how many images we like. Go to next. And when it comes to publishing, you can either have it create the article and then you approve it, or you can have it literally post directly over to your WordPress site. So again, I can choose WordPress or Ghost, and I can use my site, and every single day at 11 a.m., it'll write an article on that specific topic and post it directly over to my website. And I'm sure you guys could see how powerful this is, because if you have an agency, or if you have multiple clients, or if you just want to automate your SEO content writing for a site, you can set this up based upon your own keywords. And once you run out of those keywords, we do keyword research as well, and then find you new keywords. And you can set this up to run, once a week, twice a week, as much or as little as you like. And you can just do some quality assurance, make sure everything is good, a couple of hours per month, but it's completely hands off for yourself or for your clients. So once we're set up here, we simply click activate, and now the automation is activated. So you can see the topics here. If you wanted to, we can simply tell it to generate the content right away, and it will go ahead and generate the content if we want to skip waiting on the scheduled time. So the next run, as you can see here, is in 37 minutes. So while we're here, let's go back and take a look at the content that we were able to bulk generate. So here are the topics that we bulk generated. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 articles here. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So here's the first one. So data center, the complete guide to modern infrastructure, right? So here's the first article in which we're able to get back. As you can see, custom image. We get our key takeaways. We get our titles. We get our H1s, H2s. If I scroll down again, We can see our FAQs and our conclusion. So I'm just going to go back over once again and see some of the other articles that we generated. So here's an article on Vantage Data Centers, Complete Guide to Hyperscale. And again, we see the key takeaways. This one is probably still generating the images, but as you can see, all of the articles were able to generate pretty quickly. And all of them, again, do not diminish the quality of the articles, even though you're bulk generating. You still get the same SEO optimization and you get the same images within each one of these articles as well. So lastly, what I'm going to do is we're going to head over to our test site here. And we're going to just make sure that everything that we generated was actually posted over to our WordPress site. So Sam, I'm just going to stop sharing my screen for 1 second. I'm going to log into my WordPress site here and we can ensure that everything is good.
No worries. And we will have another live event, hopefully next week, where I was planning that we'll showcase how agencies can use this tool to create more revenue and how easy it is. So that's something, guys, look forward for it. So it's gonna be next week. So yeah, you can continue, Avi.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so I'm in my site here. Let me share my screen.
Give me 1 second. Okay.
Okay, we're all good?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I head over to post, we can see here that all of our articles that we just created, right? We can see that they're created as a post. We have our tags. Let's go ahead and click edit. So we see our quick answer, we see our key takeaway, we see our image here that's been generated. We have some code. So for this, it's HTML. You just click preview and you'll be able to see what it looks like when it's actually published. And as you can tell, this is not a concise piece of article that lacks information or is generic. It's in depth. It's it has meat to it, and it actually answers the question or the query. And again, if we scroll down, we get another beautiful image here. This is probably well over 2,000 words. So really, really in-depth content. And again, beautiful image that we get back here. And I want you guys to also note that when you upload your articles to your WordPress site, if you're using Yoast SEO or you're using other AI SEO plugins, we'll actually pull your SEO title and your meta description and your slug and automatically upload that onto whatever AI SEO tool you're using. So if you're using Rank Math or Yoast SEO or another tool, will automatically include your SEO title, your slug, and your meta description. So essentially, all you have to do now is click publish, and you're good to go. So as you can see, it's completely hands off. You can generate 20 articles in one click using the bulk generation mode, or you can schedule in your articles daily, weekly, or monthly, and can focus on other things within your business or within your agency while this is done for you on autopilot. So again, as you can see here, these are the articles that we generated today. This was the article on how to start and grow a YouTube channel in 2026, and we posted this over to our article, our website here. And again, as you can see, we have the full article with the HTMLs, with the images. And if I scroll all the way down to the bottom, I can see our cover image has been embedded, our SEO title, slug, and meta description. So Sam, I would love to know, is there any questions? Is there anything else?
So right now we have one of the question was, is there any kind of roadmap that has been published that you are working on?
Yeah, so if you head over to app.wordrocket.ai/changelog, it's going to be a change log and a roadmap. right? So we have a couple things that we're working on. Some of these things are more, you can see also the changes that we've done. So we've shipped a lot of changes over the past couple of months. So you can check this out to see more of our roadmap. I mean, I can tell you from the top of my mind, what we have it, we want to add more integration. So if there's different CMSs that users are using, like Webflow, Wix, Squarespace, or any other popular CMSs, Shopify as well, we want to make sure to build an integration so that it's easy for users to be able to connect to wherever they publish content. Um, on our roadmap, we're always constantly improving our current templates and our models to make sure that we're not just being good for today, but we're being good for tomorrow as well when it comes to SEO optimization and GEO optimization. So we're always tweaking our content output quality to ensure that it's the highest possible quality content, to help users rank. A couple of small things that I can mention is we are planning to make things more customizable for the user. So a brand can essentially, right now you have the ability to add your brand voice, you have the ability to add a knowledge base. If you head over to settings here, if you go to brand voice, you can add your brand voice. You could also upload a knowledge base as well. We're also going to be adding the ability to upload logos. So for a specific brand, you can upload a logo, and then within all of the images that are generated, your logo is going to be branded within all of those images.
That'll be cool. That will be really cool, actually.
Yeah, so we want to make it more brand relevant for the specific user.
Perfect. What I was wondering, if you can, for someone who wants to just create a content, uh, if you can just tell me the workflow. Again, we already went through the workflow. I just want you to just summarize it in, like, 10 bullet point or 5 bullet point, like what steps they have to do. And I think what my understanding, the first step should be the sitemap you do. Second would be, or if you want, I can say it, and if you correct me, the
Sure.
sitemap you do, and then you do the keyword research. Um, and what else was it? The third one would be.
So I
Uh,
would,
yeah.
yeah, I would agree. I would say, yeah, the best
Okay.
thing to do is starting off with setting up your website onto connecting it to WordRocket. So
Okay.
definitely, yeah, sitemap. And then probably second one would be to get your WordPress publishing connected, right? Very, very easy to do. You just download a plugin, upload it onto the WordPress site. We have a whole guide on how to do so. And you can always email us support at wordrocket.ai if you haven't, if you're having any issues. So once you connect your sitemap, your publishing, then I would go over to keyword research. Yes.
And then the third one would be generate content.
Yeah. So you can choose right from here,
Which keyword you want to rank for?
generate 3 articles. And then as you can see, if you choose more than 2 articles, or sorry, more than 1 article, it'll take you over to the bulk generation mode. And as you can see here, the content or the keywords are already going to be captured in the bulk generation mode. But if you just choose one keyword, then it'll take you over to like our basic generate content or single generation content template.
Yeah. And then just hit generate, and
Yep. And then once you hit generate, it's just a little bit of a waiting game.
Mhm.
We're pretty fast. Like we can, like usually content, as you saw, content usually takes about two minutes to generate, with images and internal linking and everything. So it doesn't really take you that long, to get the content back.
Perfect. What about the plagiarism? Sorry.
Plagiarism.
Yeah.
We've tested our content. Our content is 99% plagiarism free. There is like the odd, time where there is like a sentence that is maybe plagiarized. But whenever I've done a test, um, and we could probably even check that if you wanted to, right? If you guys have used originality.ai, this is probably the best um, originality checker. So let me
Mhm.
just see if I can get in here very quickly, and we can run a test while we're talking.
If you want, you can hide your screen share. Okay. And you want to try your password. Okay, you got logged in. Okay,
Yep,
perfect.
we're good. Okay, so let's do something here. Let's do an article.
That's a bold move on the live. Let's hope for the best.
Let's hope for the best. It probably take a couple of seconds, so we'll come back to it. But yeah, like I've tested plagiarism, and plagiarism is usually like high. It's a 99% plagiarism free.
Yeah, I know, but I think like if you see a content or if you like even if you write an email, there's a AI built into it. So I don't know like how like how you it's everything is just AI written. Like AI writes, reads, does, do, take cares of everything, I guess. So
I think it comes down also to our prompting. Like we ensure when we're telling when we're how we've built the tool is to write. You don't want to write generic or write. If you write sort of like if I put probably the same topic into ChatGPT and I just tell it to write me on this, maybe I think the plagiarism would probably be higher because I would imagine two people would do the same thing, right,
many,
on the same
yeah,
topic,
yeah,
right? Or
yeah.
many people, right?
Many, like many people are probably like if you're from one industry and and there's so many people are using the same keyword or same thing, and it's most likely will be giving you the same answers giving you here in Canada or you are sitting in somewhere in Asia or
Exactly. So we got a
oh
it's
wow.
we see it's right. So we have a couple, but nothing like there's five phrases, right? So 4%. So it's this one is 96%, which is actually kind of on the higher side, I would say, but still 4% is like minimal.
That's it's pretty good.
Yeah, because when you think about it, right, if anytime you write content and you reference any other place, like any other live website, you're using, you know what I mean? You're going to be referencing some of that information. So I think
Definitely.
I think in most cases you would have like a very low percentage.
Yeah, I think this is nothing, like, to be honest with you, but it's only 4%. That's I would say it's a win.
Yeah.
It's a win. It's a win.
And
So
I would urge anyone to use any other AI tool and
yeah,
use originally.ai's play. This is the best. Like, there's other plagiarism tools, but if you use this and with any other tools, I would urge you to do a test as well to see
yeah,
how
yeah,
it stacks up.
and again, it's Avi is from a SEO background, and he knows all these, like, things that some of us probably never heard of it or never used it, uh, but he has a very good long experience in SEO, so he knows these things. So that's really good. uh, what are the options available on WordRocket MCP, which is
Okay.
we okay, go for it.
Yeah, I'll go for it and I won't be too long
Yeah,
because it is a very, very powerful and in-depth sort of feature that we have. But essentially, anything that you can do in WordRocket, you can do it using the MCP. I think it might be a little bit easier if I just pull up Claude very quickly here. Just confirm you can still see my screen and everything.
yeah, it's all good.
Okay. So when you connect WordRocket to Claude, you have to go under connectors and then where is it? Where is it? WordRocket. Here it is, right? So I've connected one. It's very, very easy to do. Once you have a plan that has MCP, you go to add custom connector, you name it WordRocket, and then you put in wordrocketapi.com, HTTPS, right? And once you do that, it will then send you over to your WordRocket account. Make sure that you have MCP it's in your plan. Once you do so, you connect it. Very, very easy. Probably one of the easiest MCP connectors out there. But if we take a look at the connector, we can actually see the features in which we can do. We could research keyword, we could publish to WordPress, we could publish this to Ghost, we could list our brand voice, improve an article, we can get our usage, we can generate article or generate bulk articles, or even delete an article. So under generate article, like I'm just going to show you guys this because I think it's very, very cool. So I'm going to tell it to use WordRocket MCP to write an article about best data centers of 2026. Use web mode, include three
Sorry,
images. Yep.
1 second. I screwed it up. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yep. Include three images. Include my EM, which is one of my sitemaps, and publish and post to my. So I'm pretty much just telling it what to do based upon my WordRocket settings. So first I'm telling it to use WordRocket to write an article about a topic, create three images, include my sitemap so it does internal linking, and then post this to my website that I already have connected over on WordRocket. So as you can see, it's gonna load the tools. Just give it 1 second, but it's gonna pull up WordRocket and essentially it's gonna do everything for you. So to answer your question, anything that you can do on WordRocket within the app, you could do it using the MCP, and it's very easy to connect it. You need to have one of the higher tiers that has MCP included. But once you do so, you could literally then just tell Claude to do whatever you like it to do. So I can see here it's using the WordRocket connector. It's generating the article. It's going to take a couple of minutes, and then it's going to post my article to 0. So we can see the full progress here. Now, let's go over to WordRocket under articles. And here is the article being generated here.
Wow, that's crazy.
Very much so, I would say. One of my like favorite things and features that we've done, and I use it like every single day because it's super powerful. Because you can now use Claude, the capability of Claude, right, to do all these different things, and then you can combine that now with WordRocket, right? So you combine two powerful tools.
Okay. So, just Avi, if you want to clear it out, what is really MCP is doing in terms of like, it's just, if you want to clear that out, like, for people who don't know what MCP is currently doing.
Okay, so you want me to explain how it works, or
like just in a like summarize like why somebody would use MCP?
Okay. Yeah, so got it. So I would say for a couple of different reasons, right? One is you can, as I mentioned before, we can use Claude to do different things. So I can tell Claude, hey, Claude, I want you to research across the internet what is the most trendy and up-to-date information about my niche, right? Like what are the articles that people are writing about or talking about, and something that's very, very new. And Claude does a really, really good job at doing so, right? And it can pull information about a trendy topic, and then I can say, okay, now this topic, I want you to now take this topic and what you found, the information that you found, and send that over now to WordRocket to write the content and then post it over to my site, right? So the MCP, this is now one use case is using it with Claude. You can connect WordRocket to any other software or tool that allows you to use an MCP essentially. So another use case would be if you use a keyword research tool like Ahrefs or SimilarWeb or SEMrush, right? You can then connect WordRocket to the MCP. So then it could do keyword research and then send that keyword over to WordRocket as well. So essentially, it's kind of like when you think about it, it's a USB. WordRocket now has a USB connection, which you can connect it to any one of your favorite tools.
Perfect. I want to make sure that people understand. So now a lot of SaaS tools will have these kind of similar MCP connections where they can talk to each other. and transfer information. That's about it. And it's a like human written language. You just tell them what to do. Either you're trying to create a website or trying to create any automation, all can be done with that. And most of the softwares are coming with these kind of features. I also want to mention a few more things, just because we are talking on this topic. So these are the lifetime deal plans. Again, the MCP feature, if you are interested, now it is included in tier 3. We did make few changes, good changes, for our users, where they're getting more than what we have negotiated, uh, which is, we are very thankful for Avi for doing all that. Um, Again, if you are have couple of brands, you are not a heavy user, a small business owner, uh, go with the 149 plan. You will have unlimited articles, 200 images, 10 keyword research, which two blogging. So, or you can automate it. You can still generate, but automate is two. You can set 5 brand names. So if you have like, 5 different, niche or businesses, which is again 5 different websites you can do, and 5 WordPress. So it's for a small business. This is, should be good enough. And again, you still have a bulk generation, which is 20 articles, which is a lot. Again, then 199 for the tier 2, you will get double the limit. Plus tier 3, where things get a bit more exciting, that is mapped to agency ultimate plan, where you get 700 images, 60 keywords, 25 team members. So let's say if you have um, your SEO content writer, and if you are the business owner or if you have an agency, this is, we would recommend, you give it to your team members, let them use it, and you get unlimited 50 articles per bulk generation API, and this is where the MCP server comes in. Um, Things get more exclusive with early bird, so we have exclusive plan for tier 4, where you get the similar plan, a little bit higher limit, but you get a custom domain, where you I believe you can hide WordRocket and everything from there, right? And you will have your own domain. You can have your own I don't know if you can have your client use it too or not. I'm not sure about that, because we do have unlimited team members, right?
Yep, yep.
Do the team members have like, you can assign them a brand? Which brand? Like for example, if I have agency and I have like 50 clients and I want to make sure that they work with their only brand, they don't disturb the other brands. Can we do that?
So right now we have the ability for them to, once they log in, they can use all of the brands. But there's no further classification on that. But that's something we could probably add in. I don't think it's something too difficult to do.
Yeah. So this is something that, again, this is a new feature, exclusive offer to early bird. So there might be few things that needs to be updated. For example, the permissions and stuff, which Avi and his team will be working on it. And again, everything is more limits. So I will highly recommend. It does have a MCP and API, but if you want to have your custom domain, again, I'm not big fan of giving out custom domains, but some founders are okay with it, and they feel like that's something people needed. And I do understand that some agencies, they wanna keep white label custom domain, so because they use it for their client and they don't want their client to be running out, and getting their own subscription. So I understand that part. So here it is, guys. Let me see if we have any other questions. uh Rehan is saying that's powerful MCP. will it be possible to give the MCP option on the lower tier, let's say on the tier 1, tier 2 with MCP as an add-on feature, as this is the most used feature with custom coded website nowadays? Rehan, unfortunately, if you do use MCP, that what it tells us that you're gonna be heavy users. So I don't know if the tier 1 or tier 2 will be enough for you. What do you think? I don't think. I think it's for people who are going to be using it for agency, who have a plan to scale, and they want to make sure they have everything they need. So I think I would recommend to go with the tier 3 if you really need MCP. It is for I would say it's for people who have agencies, like it says right there, agency ultimate. So I think that would be the case. It's again, it's highly negotiated deal, and yeah, and even the MCP wasn't included on tier 3 wasn't included, was it before?
No, we it was only on tier 4, so we brought it down to
Exactly.
tier 3. So
So
we
so
brought
so
it down.
you see, it was only available for tier 4, and then we upgraded, uh, not the price, but on the tier 3 we added that. So thank you, Avi. Really appreciate that. And again, offering unlimited team member is something. It's if you have agency, if you have a lot of users, then grab that one. What else we got? We have one more question from Justin. I'm sure I missed the earlier in the live, but how do we use this without WordPress?
You can use it without WordPress very easily. I'll just show you quickly. So all of the content when it's generated, you can, as I showed you guys, you could publish this to WordPress, but if you wanted to, you can simply just copy over the markdown, right? And
I'm
this
sorry.
markdown, or you can literally, what I like to do is Control A, you copy over all of this content. We have clients that are using any other CMS you can think of, and you literally just copy this and paste it over to Webflow, to Wix, to whatever CMS you're using.
Great. I actually have a question. So let's say if Webflow or Wix, that they have their MCP, or Shopify have the MCP,
Hmm.
and now you have MCP with WordRocket. Can we not do it through the MCP to publish on, like, uh, Shopify or Wix if they have?
Yeah, yeah. So you totally can.
Okay.
You just connect over the MCP over to them, and then yeah, you just simply send it over to once they have the capability,
Permission.
yeah, the permission. Once the tool allows it, then you can totally do so.
Yeah, so you pretty much, like, it's so what I see, like, nowadays with this MCP thing, it's kind of like, you kind of open up a door for each tool to connect with each other and talk to each other. And if you have tools already with connected with the MCP, they can transfer the data between. You can say things, do things, and tell them what to do, what not to do. So it's amazing. It's feels like a Zapier kind of thing, where, or Public Connect, where things are connected and can do things, but you don't need any technical knowledge. You just type it in, and let the AI do the job. Uh, that was great. I think that's about it. Again, we are going to be covering more extensive product walkthrough, more catered towards the agencies and how agencies can use the tool, and hopefully make more revenue. And it will be happening next week. So thank you, Avi. Any last words you want to mention for the users here?
Well, first I want to thank you guys for sticking around with us. Thank you, Sam, for setting up the live. I would say that what Sam said is true, right? This was a very highly negotiated plan, and it's very exclusive to early bird. A lot of the features, like for the MCP and the API, we don't even offer those features for anyone else. So it's exclusively for early bird, and we wanted to do something special for early bird. So if you guys would like to capitalize on that, you totally can. Um, and if you guys, again, I'm very accessible. If you have any questions, you can send me over an email, support@wordrocket.ai, or just shoot me over a message. I'm very, public facing. I do a lot of content online as well. So I'm very easy to get access to if you need to.
Yeah, I'm gonna just drop a link here. So that's Avi's YouTube channels, where he also posts a lot of content towards SEO and WordRocket. You can follow him. He does have MCP guide posted, I believe, there as well too. And yeah, and feel free to reach out to him. He does live very near to me. He is in Toronto, so it was nice. And again, guys, it's writing content. It's not hard. It's easy, but writing a good content that rank. Uh, it can be easy if you use WordRocket. So thank you, Avi. Appreciate it. Have a good day, guys. Bye.
Thanks, guys.